Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kelsey. Today's video, I am sharing with y'all how I've been deep cleaning my home for the past 3 days. It seriously took me 3 days to do everything that I wanted to do. We have been so sick over here. My kids have had flu A, like flu type A. My youngest son had impetigo all over his face, which is a bacterial infection, and we also had a little bit of a scare and just kind of a more serious thing that happened with my oldest son, Riot. We ended up having to take him to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston because he developed something called rhabdomyolysis when he had the flu. It starts off with a very high fever, and it can happen after any kind of viral or bacterial infection that involves a high fever. But basically, he had a fever, and then I kept him home from school. I'm trying to make a long story short here. I kept him home from school, and then he didn't run fever for 24 hours, so I thought he was good to go back to school. But then he started complaining of leg pain, and I thought it was just growing pains, so I gave him some Motrin, but he continued to get worse. He was limping by the evening after school, and then the next morning he could not walk. He could not get out of bed. I had to carry him out of bed. It was very terrifying. I immediately took him in, and they told me that this is something that they thought might be happening, so we ran blood tests. And sure enough, Riot's CPK levels were in the 3000s, and the normal range is like, oh gosh, it's like 20 something to a 300 something or something like that is like the normal range. So his levels were elevated. They wanted us to go ahead and take him to a better hospital just to have him looked at and see what, for sure if that's what we were dealing with. They admitted him overnight. He was given IV fluids. That is the treatment plan for that. And we were released the next day, and he was so much better. The reason I'm telling you all this is because it is a rare condition, they say, but it can be a complication from the flu, mostly flu type A. So obviously sickness is going around really rampant right now. I mean, it is in our area at least. So if you have kids, grandkids, any children in your family that you can pass it along to, that if they complain of severe, specifically calf pain associated with a very high fever and they test positive for flu, you might want to go have their CK levels checked. But anyways, back to what I'm doing. I am deep cleaning. It has been a while since I've dusted my ceiling fans, cleaned my baseboards, and cleaned off dressers and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. This is my oldest son, the one who I was just talking about. This is his room. So I figured his room could really use a nice disinfect, and I'm just trying to get rid of all these viruses and bacterial infections going around in my house if they're lingering around. So I am using the Pledge multi-surface antibacterial spray. It smells so good, y'all. Everywhere I sprayed this in my house, it just instantly made my house smell so much better. And I like it because it just leaves a clean smell and it disinfects really good. I remember seeing something the other day that said if you think your house is clean, get down to your toddler's eye level and then look at your house, look at your furniture, look at what they can see from their eye level, and you will get a whole new perspective. And it's so true. If you bend down and look at everything from like a child's point of view, or even an infant who's crawling, and look at what they're crawling around, you might second guess if your house is all that clean, because the lower you get, the more you see stuff that, you just wouldn't see from your eye level. So I decided to deep clean my kids' window sills, baseboards, the trim by my doors, like everything needed a good wipe down. And it took me a few days to get everything done that I wanted done because, of course, I'm still taking care of sick kids at this point. My middle son started running fever, and so we were dealing with him. I was trying to, just live life. I still have to feed everybody and take care of everybody, so I don't always do this, but I added a little splash of bleach and decided to really deep clean my kids' cups too. Y'all, they're so bad about they'll see one just sitting there and go grab it and just put it right in their mouth and drink it. And I'm like, hey, that was not your cup. So I try my best to keep them from drinking after each other, but they just, I don't know, y'all. They're just so young. It's just inevitable that they're gonna drink and eat after each other. So I wanted to really disinfect their sippy cups. By the way, we had to eat lots of hospital food when we were there with Riot, and it was not that bad. Josh had one meal where it was hilarious. He ordered a grilled chicken breast with like some kind of gravy, and we were laughing so hard because when he got it and he opened his plate, he was like, this looks like a chicken nugget with gravy. So I was dying, but it was actually not that bad. It was hot and fresh, and it just felt good to have like a warm meal in the middle of all that chaos. But why I'm saying this is because they had like those Crystal Light packets, the lemonade ones, and I drank one at the hospital, and I hadn't had one in so long. And then when I came home, I wanted it. So I've been craving them, and now I've been drinking those like during the day. But I made some chicken salad. I just put mayonnaise, celery, purple onion, and diced pickles. I do boiled eggs, and then I just season mine really well with salt, pepper, dill, tarragon, and maybe some Cajun seasoning. I can't really remember what all I throw in there. But I love chicken salad, y'all. I miss when Chick-fil-A had their chicken salad sandwiches. I know it seems weird to go to Chick-fil-A and get their chicken salad sandwiches, but I was definitely one of those people that was ordering a chicken salad sandwich from Chick-fil-A. As y'all can tell here, Channing's face is all clear. He is no longer having sores all over his face. He's not contagious anymore. So I'm so glad. That was also miserable. His face looked painful. It had just these nasty sores all around his mouth. So my kids have just been through it the past couple of weeks. This is what I'm talking about when I say you may not know that your house is not as clean as it looks from a distance. I kept thinking to myself, like, after cleaning my house for the past couple months, like, why does it just still look dirty to me? Even after cleaning my countertops, mopping, picking up, like sweeping, vacuuming, and it still just looked dirty to me. And finally, I just was like, it's all of my baseboards, the trim around my doors, random spots on the walls where one of my kids either threw their sippy cup and the chocolate milk splattered. I mean, just little bitty spots, but like from far away, if you were just walking down my hallway, you really wouldn't notice it until like I turn the light on, zoom in with the camera here, and start scrubbing. I did start feeling like Cinderella a little bit, but I find that getting on your hands and knees and scooting around the floor, literally doing this by hand, is really the most effective way to get all this out. I know some people have different mops that they use or other gadgets, but personally, I feel like you just have to get on your hands and knees and scrub that using some elbow grease. And it's a little time consuming, but it was needed for my house. Ever since we have started using our fireplace this winter, we had a lot of fires when the Arctic blast, the snowstorms and all that period went through Texas. It was really cold here, but I cannot get the smoke smell out of my living room. It's gotten a little better, but I think that it's like in my rug, and I really did not want to have to shampoo my rug because I don't like to do that unless I absolutely have to, because it does kind of wear down on the rug. But I've tried to treat it with baking soda and like essential oils and just tried to, absorb the smell. And of course, I'm mopping today, so I figured that might help with like the flooring around it. But I think that it's essentially like in my rug and maybe even absorbed into some of my furniture. So I don't know. I really hate to have to like shampoo everything, but I think I'm gonna have to officially get the smoke smell out of my house. I don't know about y'all, but I love me some Pine Sol over here to mop my floors. It can be the original scent, the blue scent, or the yellow scent. It does not matter, but I love it for just taking out odors in my home. I think it works really good. This is the blue one, and it only takes a splash with some very hot water to get my floors really clean. I find that so many other floor cleaners leave my floors feeling greasy or like sticky, even like they just don't feel clean after. I decided to clean my toilets last because I knew I'd be dumping my mop water down there. I did their toilet in the boys' bathroom, and then I went and did ours. I just didn't film every little thing. The only thing left that I want to do is vacuum, but I'm waiting on a sleeping child, so I did not film that. Here is my house. It might still have a little bit of mess here and there, but it is so much cleaner. If y'all could smell a video, it would smell like blue pine sol and just citrusy smells. And the last thing I'm using is this Purification Revive oil. Thank you all so much for being here and helping my YouTube family grow. If you're new, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there and stay healthy. Do not catch flu A. I will see you all next week.